to the NCAA tournament and lost to Houston in the opening round. We are underway at the Ocean Center. The Vikings in the home white uniforms and High Point in the dark unis.
And this is a High Point team that likes to play fast and free. A lot of threats on the court for High Point.
Benham for three, quickly, no good, and a rebound taken out of there by Tay Williams.
And talking about fast and free, Williams, he is a super athlete for the Vikings, but gets that shot blocked.
Blocked by Jocelyn Bodo. And loves the pace of this game here in the early going.
He's not just a freshman. Not only is he Big South Freshman of the Year, but also Defensive Player of the Year for the Big South.
Knocked out of bounds by Dylan Arnett. As we take a look at High Point, head coach Alan Huss. In his first season, 25 wins. That's the most by a first-year coach in program history, and he's the Big South Coach of the Year.
He brought in 11 newcomers in the offseason.
By Bodo.
Bodo bringing it house down. 7-footer for the Panthers.
A little more than a minute gone. Panthers and the Vikings. Louder, no good. He backs it out. He's got a fresh 20.
The Vikings are going to need to be able to capitalize on the offensive end to keep up with High Point today. Had a little bit of a slow shooting slump yesterday.
Enaruna, well, his last shot was a three-pointer, or a two to win it at the buzzer yesterday, and he hits a three-pointer to get things started today.
And that's a great sign for the Vikings.
Pick it up right where he left off. Thiem hits from up top to answer right back. Here's Enaruna. 22 points yesterday in the big victory.
Enaruna, who has the height advantage on Benham.
And looking for Arnett. And just a little bit too much on that pass. And for Cleveland State, Danielle Robinson, second season, former Iowa State assistant. He is 42 and 28 so far in his first two campaigns with the Vikings. And up top to Hamilton. And now Benham running the show out there for the Panthers.
Giffa, who takes most of the season coming off the bench, gets to start today.
Oh, and a big three that time from Thiem, and he's hit another one. So 8-3 in favor of High Point here in the early going. Great shooting from long range so far for both these teams.
High Point known for their high clip from the three-point line.
Here's Giffa. Giffa penetrating in. And he inside with the tall trees in there and has it knocked out of bounds.
We see here Bodo throwing it down. We're going to see a lot of that.
He is from Cameroon. 9 points a game, 9 rebounds a game, and Cleveland State goes to Tay Williams, and he rocks the rim.
Not to be outdone, Williams, a high flyer for the Vikings.
Early stages of this game, it is 8-5 in favor of High Point. And a bump out on the perimeter and the foul against Arnett. There goes Tay Williams. Shooting hot in the last 10 games, over 52% from the field. Great way to finish the season and come down the stretch and into March. Playing that way. Giffa to Benham. 8 on the shot clock. Benham probing, working his way in, taken away by Williams. Williams ahead to Enaruna. Can't finish. Arnett was there. Giffa quickly the other way. Thiem, not that time. He's He's hit 2 of them from out there.
And that was a great box out by Louder on the taller Hamilton to start the break.
And a 3 from the corner from Jason Woodridge. He hit a couple early on in the game yesterday.
Woodridge can definitely get hot, especially from that corner.
He was part of the early spark for Cleveland State in that first round win over Northern Colorado in the 8-9 game yesterday. Hamilton backing it out, and that is a 2. And a beautiful stroke that time by Hamilton.
Hamilton's game will definitely transition well as a professional, just with his length and his ability to guard every position on the floor.
Arnett working around to Woodbridge. Louder pulls up from 15 feet, in and out, almost halfway down, but it wouldn't stay. And Jiffa feeling it from out there. That one's way off the mark, but Bodo is there for the stick back and the foul.
Bodo doing what he does best, cleaning up the glass.
We're going to a break in a fast-paced, exciting game. High Point by 4 at the CBI.
Seconds a week to lose 20% of your weight in a year with diet and exercise. That's the power of GLP-1s through Ro. Connect with a provider today at ro.co/20.
Lathium with a couple of three-pointers, and that's got High Point in front 12-8. Let's take a look at the schedule of games as the quarterfinals play out throughout the day today. We've got the 4-5 game Arkansas State and Montana to follow this one. Later on this afternoon, Fairfield, the 7th seed against Cinderella, if you will, here in the CBI. The 15 seed Chicago State, Seattle, and Evansville to close things out in our nightcap. Good shooting so far for the Panthers, shooting nearly 56% from the field on 5 of 9. As Bodo goes to the free throw line. Can't connect. So Cleveland State played the NCAA tournament back in 2021 when it was held exclusively in Indianapolis. Now 2 straight CBIs. Williams back out to a wide open Smith, and he shoots an air ball, almost like he needed somebody in his face that time.
Sometimes a little defense can help you as a shooter.
Jiffa out here, working against Robinson. Now Thiam penetrating in, needs some help. And Hamilton resets, 6 on the shot clock. Here comes Hamilton, penetrating against Woodridge. Taken away by Tay Williams. Boy, he's off to a good start.
A lot of dribbling by Hamilton.
Whoa, Woodridge in and out. That went around the rim 360 degrees. Here comes Miles, and fouled from behind by Robinson.
That last possession, a lot of dribbling by Hamilton, a lot more passing. Their offense is a lot more fluid. But a great job of just being able to attack the basket.
So Duke Miles led to the free throw line. averaging 18 points per game.
We talk about just how the difference between playing in one system and being a role player, and then coach comes along, talks to you about, hey, this is what you can be for my team, my program, and he just flourishes and takes off and has a great year that he had.
Terrific season, had 15 points against Longwood in the conference tournament game. And connects on both free throws. And Miles hounding Robinson up the court. Williams. Robinson found his spot right there at the free throw line and buries it.
We're already seeing from Cleveland State a better shooting clip from the field.
He got a hand on that momentarily, playing some good defense. Here's Miles, cut off on the baseline. 10 to shoot, Thiem penetrating in, puts it up, no good. And Zuba keeps the possession alive. Miles, not this time. Robinson snares the rebound. Ahead it goes to Williams.
Vikings looking to get out in transition early.
Robinson calling for Tevin Smith. And Aruna. He hit one already, not this time off the back iron. And Schiffa working against Smith, and Smith with the bump out here on the perimeter.
Panthers got lucky on that one. A lot of space between Aruna and any defender close to him. But Robinson able to hit that easy open jumper.
So 5 Point continuing to hold the 4-point lead with just under 13 minutes left to play here in the first half. Hamilton. And Jiffa finding a lane, stripped away under there by Pryor. Just came into the ball game and some instant impact by Pryor. And speaking of impact, back Tay Williams, the kid from Chicago, high percentage shooting, as we talked about, since the calendar changed to March.
Williams was that same aggressiveness yesterday in that game and keeping up.
And Duke Miles making his presence felt as well with a big three. And the lead up to 5 now for the Panthers.
And the High Point switching to 2-3 zone.
And Aruna had it for a moment. Williams had it. And now here comes Jiffa on the fast break, ahead of the defense, and lays it in.
High Point switching up the defense. Looks like it did give Cleveland State some trouble on the last possession.
Miles goes in there and rips it right away from Tay Williams. Miles for 3. And Pryor and Zuba fighting for it. It goes out of bounds.
You can live with that shot, especially from Duke Miles. He can hit that.
He's kind of got a green light whenever he wants it. High Point on a run right now, leading it by 7 on the CBI.
The crazy thing about GLP-1s through Row is that my cravings have completely disappeared. I'm not quite sure how something that's just a little tiny prick can be so powerful in so many different ways.
Meet the shot that helps you lose weight at row.co/TV.
without the need for insurance. Learn more and get started today at row.co/CBI. That's ro.co/CBI.
Lots of close games so far over the first 2 days of the College Basketball Invitational. Take a look at the rundown of these games. 1 point game, 1 point game, 2 point game, 2 point game. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Terrific. Over 7 games total, Jennifer, coming into today. The total margin of victory in 7 games is 29 points.
And what it doesn't show you is the overtime game that we had yesterday.
If you want to watch the NCAA tournament, Duke won by 38. Purdue won by 39 yesterday. That's just 1 game each. You can do that, but if you want to see real close action, stick with us here at the CBI. High Point basketball with just over 11 minutes left here in the first half. They lead it by 7. These Panthers have come to play the top seed in this tournament. Got the bye in the first round. Hamilton penetrating. Puts it up, no good. Robinson squeezes the orange and gets it out of there. To Louder. All the way with it. Goes Pryor for the bucket.
That's a tough nose finish by Pryor. Takes the bump high off the glass.
Argunas loses the handle. Robinson finding Louder. He hits the three-pointer, and all of a sudden, Cleveland State right back in this thing, down just by 2.
Vikings using their defense to start their break, get out in transition.
Here's Miles. They've defended him pretty well so far. Three-pointer no good. Zuba in there, and that's going to be an offensive foul over the back on Zuba. Another look at this play underneath, Jennifer.
You can tell here he's in position for the box out. And then as he jumps, that's when he gets that elbow bar and pushes Smith.
So an opportunity for Cleveland State on this possession to tie or go in front. Smith down into the corner, and that was saved from going out of bounds, although it appears as though Pryor stepped on the sideline right there in front of the Panthers bench, so it will belong to High Point. High Point, 11 newcomers on this team this season. A complete reboot for head coach Alan Huss in his first year. They had been picked 7th in the Big South. Well, what did they do? They win the regular season title. Free ball in the air. Benham hits it from the corner.
Not only did they win the regular season title, they also was on a winning streak, 12 straight wins from December 19th to February 7th. That's the longest active win streak at that point in the country.
They were absolutely red hot. They were feeling it. They had come together as a team, and amazing for Coach Huss to get a team to gel like that so quickly when they have come from so many different places to come together as a team.
And that's when Coach talked about how disappointing the loss in the semifinal was, because they knew that this kind of season doesn't come very often. And to keep guys together like the group that they had, you know, we'll see if it does happen with the transfer portal and the new day and age of college basketball. But it's just a special moment for that team of what they accomplished this year.
There's Miles. Miles working against Smith. And Miles, boy, he just bided his time, found the right spot, and puts it in off the glass. Robinson, he got a dangerous pass over there to Smith with Miles lurking. Robinson around the Louder. Smith, the turnaround from the blocks, and Smith knocks it home.
That was a great job by Smith finding that sweet spot in the zone That is the goal, to get into the paint either by the dribble or the pass when you're going up against 2-3 zone.
And taken away inside. It winds up in the hands of Tevin Smith as we dip under 8 minutes left here in the first half. Robinson. Oh, and a big rejection underneath by Thiam.
The Big Sal Defensive Player of the Year doing what he does, 7 feet tall.
That's right.
He gets the block and leads to the break.
And Bodo on the block. And the bucket on the other end by Thiam. And High Point just like that, right back up by 7. Bodo, what a presence underneath he is. Louder to Robinson. Tapped back out. Fresh 20. Louder buries a straight on three-pointer.
Louder in rhythm off of the offensive tap back. Nothing but net.
That trims the deficit to 4. Bodo, and it didn't quite get there for the dunk, but it falls anyway. And he is having himself a first half. That is 6 points for Bodo. And throw in that big block. Playing well, the young man.
Can't teach 7 feet tall.
No. And fouled, and I think that's going to be from three-point land as Louder's going to go to the line.
And dangerous look for Louder. Looks like his wrist, who's already wrapped, fell on it a little differently.
Tapped out right there by Enaruna, and Louder knocks it down.
Ro now offers GLP-1s, the revolutionary weight loss medications everyone is talking about. With Ro, get the care you need to lose 15 to 20% of your body weight with 1 weekly shot. Get started at ro.co/lose20.
Back inside the Ocean Center, and High Point, the #1 seed in this tournament. Both these teams with their collection of support in this quarterfinal matchup. 8 points so far for Thiam, leading the way for High Point. Miles with 7, and Bodo with 6. Louder with 6 on a couple of three-pointers to lead the way for Cleveland State. And Louder missing on the first free throw. 2 more coming for Louder as he was fouled from behind the arc. Makes the second.
If he hits this one, he will have tied their first half score from yesterday.
That's right.
24 points is what they had yesterday against Northern Colorado.
They led 24-14 in a defensive battle. Finally won it 51-49. Hamilton, the fadeaway, beautiful play and shot by Hamilton. Back to a 7-point game.
He's a special player for the Panthers, just with his length and his ability to score at all 3 levels.
And Aruna from 16 feet. Boy, he's got such a smooth stroke. Does Tristan Enaruna. To 25. Into the corner. Great defense. Almost taken away. Thiem somehow kept his dribble. Inside, Bodo loses it. Had it for a moment. They're going to kick it back out. Oh, and a big takedown by Williams, and he is going to get whistled for the foul.
Coach Haas is upset, saying that the play was dirty and they want the refs to start controlling the game.
And Williams immediately went right over to him to apologize and say it was not intentional, but the officials are going to go to the monitor to look at this play to see if it was more than just a common foul. And Coach Huss is making that argument.
You can see once we do get the replay is he kind of had his hand around his neck. Obviously any play above the shoulders, they gotta take another look at it.
(30 to 25) High Point. Tough
this game
call.
up to this point has been a little chippy. It's nothing crazy. There's a lot of little talking, a little chirping between the players, but nothing to the extent of this play that we just saw.
Overall, just very competitive out there, which is what we like to see as things amp up in the quarterfinals of the CBI. So it is upgraded to a flagrant 1, say the officials. So it's going to be 2 shots for High Point, plus they'll get the basketball out of bounds. Tay Williams. It'll be Jiffa to go to the free throw line following that flagrant 1 on Williams.
And Coach really praises Jiffa for his unselfishness. This is a kid that first team all conference for the Big South, but mainly came off the bench.
And Keza Jiffa knows this town very well, Daytona Beach. He is a transfer from Daytona State College, played JUCO ball for Coach Joey Cantens at Daytona State College before transferring to High Point.
You need those type of players on your program, just someone that will do whatever the program needs and put you in spots for the team to be successful, not just yourself.
7-point game. High Point with the lead and the basketball. They get it over to Benham. He's hit one already. Not that time.
And I look forward to watching that matchup between Williams and Hamilton.
And Williams out of control. It's going to be an offensive foul against Williams. And now that's 2 on him.
Just getting back in time, taking the hit.
And of course he was moving, but that certainly lowered the shoulder, did Williams. Aggressive play. And it'll be High Point basketball as Williams goes out of the game. We come up on 5 minutes left to play in the opening half of our opening game. Our 4 quarterfinals today. Inside the Daytona Beach Ocean Center. Here's Jiffa. Jiffa penetrating and rejected by Enaruna. Tevin Smith was in there too on that play. Woodrich for 3. And big rebound by Benham.
Panthers got to find Woodridge a little bit earlier in transition.
Off the glass goes Hamilton.
Hamilton, this is a great job of using that Euro step, keeping the ball high, and able to bank it off the glass.
Woodrich thought about another 3. He's 1 of 2 from out there. This time he is going to pull the trigger. And he hit 3 threes in the game yesterday. Here's Hamilton. Just came in the game, and some Instant impact as Hamilton takes it off the window. And this High Point bench has exploded. They are feeling it right now, leading it by 11, their largest lead of the game. Hamilton, little double clutch, gets it to go. 11-point lead.
Sparks, engineered for the spontaneous. A prescription dual-action formula with the active ingredients of Viagra and Cialis. Faster acting and long-lasting. Grab the moment. Connect with the provider at ro.co/sparks.
High Point continuing to shoot at high percentage, 54%. Let's take a look at the most recent champions here at the Rowe College Basketball Invitational. Charlotte, your winner last year, UNC Dub the year before. Pepperdine took it to the West Coast in 2021. Of course, because of COVID, there was no 2020 event. South Florida, North Texas, Wyoming in 1918 and 17. Never had two-time champions of this event. High Point, your top seed this year, and they're showing why so far in this game. Up by 11 against the 9-seed Cleveland State. Louder. Gets it over to Arnett. And a foul is called.
You can see the refs are starting to tighten it up.
And Hamilton wrapped right across the arm.
Interesting that the call came from that angle ref, because it was the other ref. There's a ref on the other side that had probably the better angle that didn't call the foul.
Almost got away from Louder on the inbounds pass right there. Here's Enaruna. Enaruna penetrating with the left hand. Such a crafty player and quick reflexes to get right to the 10.
That was good defense by Hamilton, but just better offense by Enaruna.
Miles swinging it over. Thiam with another three, and he is into double figures.
Thiam just getting back onto the floor, but he picking up right where he left off.
3 of 5 from long range for Thiam. 12-point lead. Enaruna trying to keep Cleveland State in this game as that one just grazed the rim. There goes Miles on the little runner. And Arnett for the Vikings. Louder, boy, and did they need that one.
Louder staying hot as well. 3 for 5 now from behind the arc.
And he's got 10 points. Good ball game so far. Jiffa to the corner, and that's going to be 3 free throws on the foul by Robinson. As Thiam took a tough tumble under there.
Louder right back at it. Stop, pop. Oh, nothing but net.
And Louder going to go to the line. Check that Thiam to the line to shoot 3. 85% from the free throw line is Thiam. And makes the first. 40-30 in favor of High Point. As we come up on the latter stages here of the first half. Second of 3 free throws is perfect from Thiam.
And that's what makes the Panthers so special and hard to defend, is at any point or any game, one of their 5 big-time players can be the answer.
Yep, they can beat you in a lot of ways. With a lot of different people responsible. Boy, 3 perfect free throws by Thiam. And the lead is 12 for the Panthers. Vikings need to find a way to finish strong here to give themselves a little momentum headed into the locker room before the end of the half. Enaruna with the left hand. Bounced around, High Point's got it. Hamilton.
Enaruna had to change his shot there. He had the height advantage, and then Bodo came over.
Louder backing it out into the hands of Arnett. We come up on the final 90 seconds of this first half. Enaruna, 8 to shoot. Enaruna in the lane. Arnett can't get to it. Bodo with the rebound.
And credit Bodo for the miss there for Enaruna, disrupting the play. Enaruna wanted to get into the paint, but was unable to once Bodo came over to help.
Hamilton's got it. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Nearly lost it out of bounds as Miles resets. Dumps it to Hamilton. Hamilton found some space and puts it up and in for the largest lead of the game so far for High Point.
Great move by Hamilton.
Louder looking for his 4th 3, and this one does not fall. Duke Miles, quarterback in this offense. Miles thought about it from out there. It's going to penetrate against Smith, and how about that move by the Duke? Duke Miles.
Miles with the hesitation and the blow pass of Robinson.
Shot clock is turned off. 16-point lead. Smith with it. 4 seconds. Somebody's got to put it up. High Point's got it. It's Hamilton. And just off the mark. But